Hello. Okay. So thank you, first and foremost for having me. My name is Pamela Couch, and I know many people personally, and I'm blessed to know those of your faces that I see on here. And I'm so excited for the retreat that we're going to be going on, because I get to meet other people now that I've been in contact through social media and getting to know through Boundless Freedom Project and other organizations as well. And it has just been beautiful, and I feel so welcomed, and I honestly feel so safe here tonight to be able to share a little bit about me and my story, and my experience, and how I use the practice throughout my career. So I definitely feel like I have to always come into a room with, now that I always feel like I have to say, like, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, because I'm used to it's us and them, us and them. So, being prior law enforcement, that's like, I always get nervous, like if someone's maybe not going to like me because of that. So I'll tell you, I'm going to start off, and bear with me. I don't want this to be crazy long, but I am long-winded. If you meet me in person, I'll talk your ear off. Ask anyone that knows me. And I don't know where Edwin is, but he better chime in, because if he doesn't, then everybody tomorrow text him and say, you did not chime in to Mrs. Couch. Oh, how could you? So anyways, I'll get to that. So a little bit about me. I grew up in Bakersfield, California, and my father is half Salvadorian, half white. My mother is pure Swedish. She came to the United States when she was 4 years old. My dad was from the wrong side of the tracks, and my mom was on the good side of the tracks, but they hooked up and had beautiful me, right? So but my father, from the time I was 4 until I was almost 9 years old, he was incarcerated, and I used to go into Tehachapi State Prison and drive every weekend in like the cutest little dresses. I'd be like, to visit dad. And I know this is going to shock a lot of people, because like I could never talk to this even about my coworkers, even though CDCR and everyone obviously knows about it, because you're questioned as through your career. I worked with the agency for the whole time. So how do I even do this? So my experience, when I was happy to go visit my dad, and I would go visit him and I'd be so happy, and I never thought ill of him. And he got out, and he was my dad for the rest of until he passed away, several years ago, and the best father ever. And I always looked up to him, but I was his only daughter. And lo and behold, I go to college, I do all these things, and I'm a feisty girl. I'm challenging, I'm competitive and everything, and I am just like one of these go-getters. And my dad would always say, because I wanted to join the military, he's like, I don't want you to join the military, go to college. So like, I became a flight attendant, and I was all, it was just fun years. So I went into banking, and then I wound up getting a job in Monterey County, and it turned out to be at Soledad State Prison on grounds. They had a Golden One credit union, so I got hired there. And this was in 1999, and that's when I got introduced to prisons, like in another way. And I was like, this is weird. Like how come this keeps happening to me? And I've always been someone, like, I used to, like, when my dad used to call me on the phone, and you would stretch the cord down the hall, I would be like, Dad's on the phone. And literally, like, it would be like oh my God, Dad, look, we saved this cat, this dog. And my mom would be like, yes, she's bringing everything home. She's saving everything. So I've always been a saver. So then I was like, are you kidding me? They hired me at the bank, like at the prison. And it turns out to be a prison. I was like, oh my goodness. So then the warden, Hamlet, got to know me. And he was like, oh, like I was college, everything, just a helper. And I thought I could save the world. Like I was like, I'll save everyone. He was like, okay, like, yeah, go through the academy and then we'll get you back here and then we'll turn you over to a counselor because that's what you need to be. You need to be a counselor. That's your personality. So I called my dad up and I said, Dad, guess what? I'm going to be an officer. Like I'm going to go to the academy. He's like, oh my God, no, not my girl. Not, you don't even understand. And he goes, promise me you'll never tell your mom that you're working with them. Just say you're working in the office. And I was like, okay. And anyways, so I do it. I go all the way through the academy, get sprayed in the face. I'm the guidon. Like they told me when I was in line, like, oh, the lieutenant was like, you look like you're a flight attendant or something. And I was like, oh, as a matter of fact, sir, I am. But I'm like here. So, oh, it was crazy. So then I go and I experienced this academy and I couldn't believe, like when we're going on the classes, the facilities that I went on, the people I met, like, and everything. It was like, this is crazy. This world I had no clue of, no clue. I knew nothing about gangs. I knew nothing about any of this stuff. So I go through the academy, graduate, and they wind up shipping me to Salinas Valley State Prison, 11 of 2001. And so, and it was 4 years of a lot of pain and like trauma. Like, honestly, like I saw so much, just, it was unreal. I like literally almost quit hundreds of times, I think, and what you see and endure is something that you can't even understand that you are going through it. So I want like everyone here to know the practices that I have learned from all of you. I learned a lot of these practices from Edwin. Edwin used to come back and like say things to me because, man, I've known him for years, like 14 years. And I used to be like, wow, that's crazy. But when I was like way back at Salinas Valley, I would drive away from work and I would have to like pull over and like just cry and like just get it all out because people are stabbing each other, like, really? And I had to be G.I. Jane, it's hard. It's so hard to see people suffer. And then when you work with people, when you're inside the walls, you form, it's hard not to, you're around these individuals more than you're around your family every day. And you know that when their mothers pass away, you see them change and you get to like see them move on and do well, get out, everything. So sorry, I'm losing my voice. So what I did a lot is like, I can remember like, because it's not been long for me, it's only been a year. So, and now I'm back inside. So I would always put up like pictures of like scenery, waterfalls, make my office feel welcoming, like, and just seeing people progress and seeing them become free at the end of my career, because I did all the positions, like I was married within the department. I trained within the department. At first, I was scared of everyone. I was scared to death. And then guess what? All these years later, even though like it's like crazy because like I feel like I have my dad all around me all the time. And I felt like that for years. Like I would meet people and I would be like, I can see this. And now I get to do lobby work. I get to fight for these individuals, and they're my friends, they're my family. And it's a beautiful thing. And I don't know, I am new to the Buddhist practices, and I'm trying, and I'm trying with my speech and the way I speak about people, like mindfulness. But I have trauma too, that like, and I won't, like, honestly, it's hard. It's really, really hard, because like, it's like happiness and trauma. Ugh, I swore I would not cry. It's happiness and trauma, because like I saw grown men do bad things and hurt each other, and you have to save them. And they said, we were taught, don't feel it. You can't feel it, Pam. You can't. Well, how can you not? Like, it's so hard. So you take those memories. So I suffer too. So for me, helping, I don't know, I feel like it's like a brotherhood. It's like you have to. And I feel that more for the incarcerated, and currently, formally, hope I never see you incarcerated person. I feel that for everyone. Like, I never want you to endure what goes on there. And not that there was times that things were okay. There was times you laugh with people, like you get to know people, like you talk like hella politics, and like, I mean, and I don't mean gang things, I mean like news and good conversations. They're like smart individuals. Like, it's amazing who you meet, and it's amazing who I know, and it's amazing who I get to go on this retreat with. And so I am still learning from all of you. I am nowhere near a perfect individual, but I thank you for accepting me and having me. And that's it. Thank you.